Welcome back to Sips of Cinema. Today we're going to be enjoying some tea while talking about some Studio Ghibli movies. So this will be a really fun episode. But I'm your host, Cameron Kozak. This is my co-host, my brother, Chandler Kozak. But yeah, let's talk about some Studio Ghibli films. All right, so we watched, I just finished watching Kiki's Delivery Service, which I freaking loved. We also watched Howl's Moving Castle. We watched
Princess Mononoke.
And Grave of the Fireflies, as well as the newest one, The Boy and the Heron. Yeah.
So, I also watched Spirited Away. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we watched a good amount.
Yeah.
Where do we want to start? Which one do you want to talk? Do you want to start really sad, or do you want to start feel good?
I mean, we can start however you want. It's really up to you.
Let's start with Grave of the Flies then.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Grave of the Fireflies. Yeah. So actually, I think most of the ones that I watched, except for The Boy and the Heron, were the first time that I've ever watched it. So, Grave of the Fireflies, Princess Mononoke, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Howl's Moving Castle. That was the first time I ever watched them, and they were so good.
I know.
They were so good.
I've been trying to get him to watch Studio Ghibli movies for a while now.
I feel like Studio Ghibli films, like people that have seen all the Studio Ghibli films, they have to have a background of like enjoying anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoy anime whenever it's on or whenever I'm watching it, but I just I can never get myself into it, and I feel like that's one of the reasons. I've seen a couple other Studio Ghibli films, but I feel like if I was more into anime and watching a bunch of anime shows, I feel like Studio Ghibli films.
You just gotta give it a chance, man.
I did. I gave.
I gave
One Piece a chance.
He gave One Piece a chance, and his version of a chance is watching like the first 5 episodes. Anybody who watches One Piece knows. Anybody who watches One Piece knows you have to get through the first arc, which is like 30-something episodes.
Seasons.
It's like 30 episodes.
Yeah.
That's when people...
That's what everyone says. And then,
but it's true. It's true. If you... And I know this isn't an anime podcast, so we won't dwell on this, but specifically with One Piece, like the first 30 episodes, I think it's the Arlong arc. I can't remember the name of it specifically, but you have to get through the Arlong arc, or the first like 30 or 40-ish episodes, and that is like do or die. You're going to be a One Piece fan, or you're never going to watch it again. And it's... Again, we're not going to dive into it because that's not what this episode's about, but legitimately, that is like the pivotal moment in the show that dictates whether you will like it or won't. It takes a while to get there, but trust me, I suffered through those 30 episodes, and I fucking love One Piece. The first 30 episodes are so slow.
I know.
But it's so good.
I feel like One Piece is definitely a show, an anime that is probably not the best one to have like be your first one.
Oh, no, it definitely isn't.
So I definitely kind of like...
It's a very daunting show, and maybe
it's not that it was bad. I actually enjoyed the episodes that I watched, but it's not like they're 20-minute episodes. They're like an hour.
Are they 20 minutes? No, they're 20.
Oh,
and
okay.
if you skip the recap, the intro, and the outro, they're actually like 12 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because they have so much recap.
Really?
In them. Yes.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Or are they like hour episodes, but then they're like 3 episodes in each episode?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. They're 20-minute long, maybe like 23-minute long episodes at their length. And then if you skip the intro, outro, and the recap at the beginning, they're like 12, 13 minutes.
On?
Yeah, it's still going on. They're actually, it's funny, people make I know this is not what this episode's about, but they just made a joke where it was like, oh, well, we'll see you guys for season 2. Because the show has been continuously running without any season gaps since it initially aired fucking years ago.
That's funny.
So they finally were just like, all right, we're taking a break and we're going to resume them in terms of seasons. So everybody's like, all right, guys, we're 1,000 episodes in. Season 1's over.
Has anyone actually, I'm sure there has, but has anyone actually ever complete the One Piece, like watched it?
Like watch it? Yeah, Jules has watched the entire thing.
Really?
From start to finish.
Gosh,
the entire show. And I'm pretty sure he did it in a year.
Yeah.
He was dedicated to watching that show. I mean, if you boil it down, that's 3 episodes a day. And if you skip all the intro, outro, that's only like 45 minutes a day of your life.
That's true. I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, my friend Juju, he's definitely seen it. I mean, his name is literally based off that show.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll move past that because we're not talking about that. We're talking about Studio Ghibli films, which, they're so good. I think most of the ones that we watch, most of the Studio Ghibli films are written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. I forget how to pronounce his first name.
I think so. I'm gonna admit I'm not familiar with any of the directing,
He
or
is
any of
just
the whatever. I just watched the movies.
He did. I'm just gonna because I don't want to mispronounce his first name, but it's Miyazaki.
Mhm.
He is directed. He did uh my neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, Boy and the Heron. I believe he did Howl's Moving Castle. And what was the other one that we watched?
Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke. He did Princess Mononoke.
Mhm.
He is so good.
I
He
know.
is just like so. He might have like the most ratio on Letterboxd, like the because like almost all of his movies. I feel like the only one that is below a 4 is h- um The Boy and the Heron, which is only 3.9.
I think
Like he
yeah.
has like 4.4s. He has like 5 movies in the top 100 on Letterboxd. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But I don't think we can look it up, but he might have done Grave of the Fireflies. I forget. I think that one was different. I think that
Maybe.
one
Here,
was
I'll
a
look it up
different.
real quick while you're talking.
I think that one was a different director. He probably still had something to do with it though. But that movie, I remember I had been told by a lot of people that that movie is like one of the saddest movies that they've ever seen, and you know I never.
I don't want to butcher his name, so it's not the same guy though.
Oh yeah, no,
it's,
no, no.
It's
not him.
I apologize. It's Isao
Izo
Takahata.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought he was different, but yeah. I think it's Hayao Miyazaki. I don't want to keep mispronouncing his name, so I apologize. But Miyazaki, he is incredible. But Grave of the Fireflies, I was told that it was super sad, super emotional, one of the saddest movies that anyone has ever seen in their life. And I never
By me.
did. Yeah, I never. Yeah, and yeah, and my other and like my work friends too have told me that too. And I never discredited them. Like I believe them. Like I a movie about World War II. It's it will be sad. But it is so. I mean, it is so sad, and I love the story too. Like I mean, just the way it moves. It's what I loved about all of the Studio Ghibli films that we watched is that they all have their own like unique story, and they all have their own unique pacing.
Mhm.
Like it's not. They're so different from like what you see like now in theaters or just like it's so different.
Yeah.
Like the pacing of Grave of the Fireflies is simply just the story just moves forward. I know that sounds so like duh, like yeah, the movie is moving forward, but seriously though, when you look at the story and the plot of Grave of the Fireflies, it's literally about two people, brother and sister, that are struggling to survive, and that is just the whole entire movie. It's just them trying to find their way, and the sister. I'm blanking on their names, but just we get more background with the brother, and we really feel for the brother because he's trying to be this figure for his sister of being like strong and trying to do everything, and she's trying to be more of like a grown up, trying to understand and is living in this world. So it's a very sad movie.
It's
very sad. But I want to hear your thoughts because you've seen these movies and you love these movies.
So Grave of the Fireflies, like I told you about before you watched them, might genuinely be one of the saddest like movies that I can recall. Like if anybody asks me what's like a heartbreak story,
Yeah.
it's that. I rarely cry. I'm like starting to feel tears welling up just talking about it after watching it again.
It is sad.
It's just so like every part of it is tragic. There is the only like upside, the only like feel good is how much the brother cared for his sister.
Exactly.
But
it's also just so devastating.
I know.
It's like a punch in the face.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Like from everything, just like the beginning of the story. The movie's been out for a while, so we're gonna talk spoilers.
It's been out since '88.
We're gonna talk spoilers. So if you don't want to listen to it, too bad.
You can kind of predict. I mean, at the very beginning of the movie, you can kind of see how the movie's going to progress by the end of it, and you just hope that it doesn't, but you already know that, like, within the first couple minutes, the way that they talk, the way that the story's being, like, presented to you, you kind of know how the movie's going to end, but then you just get so attached to the characters that you just are like, they better not do that. Like, they better not. Because actually, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, you know what? To make this movie, like, the most tragic it could be, spoilers, by the way, to like the way that they can make this movie the most tragic it can be is like, yeah, they can kill off the sister, like they can have her die,
Yeah.
and I was like, but I don't want that to happen, like
No.
that, like obviously it's going to happen, but I don't want it to,
Yeah.
because like at the very beginning when the police officer or whatever, the guard or whoever's running the place, throws the candy tin and like the ashes and what looks like bone probably.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
oh,
is exactly what it
I
is.
was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like come on, like that is like they're just telling us, like
Mhm.
like just so you're not surprised at the end of the movie, like that is what's going to happen. So
And it starts off with like the brother just going, "Hi,
I just watched myself die or something.
Yeah, like I'm dead.
Yeah.
I just died."
Mhm.
Like that's how they started the movie.
Yep.
That was the very first line of
Exactly.
dialogue was, "I'm dead."
Yep. It's so devastating, and I think it's just one of those stories that it just well, number one, it understands what it is, and it's not supposed to be a shock factor story. I don't think, like, you're not
No.
supposed to be like, like that was
No.
my favorite character. Why'd they have to kill her off? It's not that kind of story. It seriously is like a tragic story
It's
about
an unfortunate
this
suspense of
yeah.
knowing that you're gonna experience
Exactly,
heartbreak.
exactly. So it builds it up, and I like the scene that I like lost it was when she like, well, number one, she has this rash throughout the whole entire movie, and then she just is like skin and bones by the end of it, and then she says thank you and then dies. Like that is what like
The line, "She never woke up."
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
See, like it's just
oh fuck.
yeah. It's just so
I
like
hate. Oh,
yeah.
I love this movie.
It's so good. But it's like lines like that where it's like, yeah, it's not supposed to be like a shock. It's like, yep, she just never woke up, and
Yeah.
that's the story. We don't have to dwell on it too much because we have a couple more movies to talk about. But it's basically it's just like a very unique story, and one that like could be like, this is what's so powerful about animation is like this 100% could be done in live action, but I think the fact that it
Same.
was animation, it just, number one, I think it kind of adds to the like it's already a very emotional story, very heartbreaking story, but then it's animation, so it kind of takes the edge of it a little bit off, but at the same time it's so beautiful, the voice acting is so incredible that it just like, I don't know, makes it that much more special. And like the animation's so good, the coloring is so good. I love how the ghosts of our characters are always they're always orange.
Yeah,
They're
like the
always
reddish
they're
hue.
always like the bombs and the fire. They were like engulfed in it. I love that contrast of color that they do in the movie. And I was also getting kind of tripped out. I think I forgot that at the beginning of the movie he does say like, I just watched myself die, but then throughout it I was like, wait, did he say that, or did I think he said that? Because now I'm watching like the ghosts on the train, and I was like, wait, does that person look just like him? And then I'm like, oh wait, you use your brain for a second. They're literally like watching themselves like go throughout it, like, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're watching this story play out because we know how it's going to end at the very end. It's just great storytelling. I mean, it's just so unique, and number one, that's why I don't think it would have worked as well as like live action. I just really don't think it would have had the same it just wouldn't have had the same effect.
You can do a lot in animation that you can't with live action.
Exactly. Yep.
Like,
and they try to imitate it in live action whenever they try to make I hate to say it, but there will probably come a day where they're going to start remaking Studio Ghibli movies in live action. Like once Hayao Miyazaki is gone, because I'm pretty sure The Boy and the Heron is, I'm sorry if I butchered that name again, but since I think The Boy and the Heron might be his last because he's getting pretty old, I feel like since he is like one of the main people of Studio Ghibli, that they're gonna start just like making. But I think it's a Japanese based company, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I think they can respect creativity a lot more than America.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a big concern, but I feel like just one of these days they're going to. Like, and if they do, it's just like,
I hope they don't.
what a disrespect.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
what a
hope they don't.
disrespect. Especially for Grave of the Fireflies.
Yes.
If there was one movie that I would like to see in live action, it would be Kiki's Delivery Service. I think that would be like the only.
I feel like that one is probably the most doable.
The only one that I would say that like almost everything that happened in that movie can be translated. It just, I don't think. I think I would still just prefer to watch the animated one. But like Howl's Moving Castle, no, it would just look like CGI slop. Princess Mononoke, no, you just can't. It was almost like a mixture of I was kind of which, by the way, that movie is so freaking cool.
Which one?
Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah,
It is
right.
so cool. The scale and scope of that film is beautiful. I would love to see that on like a 70 millimeter print of like on an IMAX screen. That would just be absolutely nuts.
Well,
And
I like going to the Fathom events every year.
Mm.
They bring Studio Ghibli back into cinemas
they do?
every year.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
part of the Fathom events or whatever they're
Oh,
called.
okay. I'll have to keep an eye
Um,
out then.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I'm
think-
pretty sure it's every year.
I think Princess Mononoke recently had an anniversary. I think because that movie's from 2000. Was it
Is it?
no? I think
No,
it's a
I don't think
19.
I don't think it's 2000.
I think it's
no.
not. Yeah, I think it's 19.
Like 89 or
Yeah,
90,
something like that.
91 or something like that.
I think
yeah.
it's one of the older ones, like 90 something. But it is so good. It kind of reminded me of like the vibe of it because it's not like I was shocked. Well, I saw that it was PG-13, and then I was shocked to start seeing like samurais getting beheaded by like
Mhm.
arrows, and I was like, "Dang, this is
Yeah.
super cool." But it doesn't like it's gruesome in that aspect, but it doesn't like
It doesn't
it's
focus
not
on
scary. Like it's
Yeah.
not like literally like one of the arrows takes off a samurai's both of his arms because it was like his infection made him like that much stronger, and they didn't like scream in terror. He was just kind of like what
it. Yeah, huh?
it kind of reminded me of like
Whoa.
Mulan, kind
Yeah.
of like the comedy of Mulan, but
Mhm.
mixed with like more seriousness and like more violence. I loved that movie. I really dug it. It was like I
Are we
don't know.
transitioning into Princess Mononoke
Yeah, I
now?
mean, yeah,
Okay.
I think we can probably just like talk about all of them like combined, but yeah, Princess Mononoke was so good.
Mhm.
I really liked it because I know you said that like I think that might be like my favorite now because I hadn't seen it in forever,
Mhm.
and it was. But then I started watching it, and I was like, man, it was really really good. But what are
Yeah.
your thoughts on it?
So a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies I watched like growing up. So when I was a lot younger, and I've rewatched them periodically, but some of them I just never got back to rewatching. Princess Mononoke. I'm so glad that was one of the ones that we decided to watch
Yep.
for this because oh
too.
my god, genuinely, like I'm trying to think of how I would rank like my favorite Studio Ghiblis, and
Uh-huh.
maybe we'll do that in a future video.
Yeah,
But
we can
and-
rank these.
and there's also like a ton more. So if you guys
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
this episode, let us know, and we'll make another one on the other ones that we didn't talk about.
Exactly. Yeah. Let us know.
But Princess Mononoke, it's just like I think it hits home for me more because of how much it focuses on like the idea of cryptids, which are like mythological, not real
yeah,
creatures.
you
like
liked that
like
kind of
like
stuff.
the deer god and like
Mhm.
how like the demons that like took over the boar
Mhm.
and kodamas, I think they're called kodamas.
Yeah, yep.
The little
Yep.
creatures in the forest
Yeah.
that like rattled their
That,
heads.
I like that. I was like, it's like that's another thing about because these aren't adapted from anything, right? That they're
No.
not adapted from like.
I mean,
like,
they might be adapted from like just like lore.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like
'Cause, like,
mythical
just-
creatures.
just like stuff like that is just like the way they can come up with that. Like the
Mhm.
deer god is just like I don't know. It's just so interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of a few of the Studio Ghibli movies that I've seen. They tend to pull from like not to make this like drastic of a connection, but like the Shang-Chi movies, how
Yeah,
like the
well-
mythical creatures in there are based on actual lore.
Shang-Chi, Marvel.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
yeah.
Oh, you said movies. So the Shang-Chi movie.
Movie.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
But
I was just like, wait, huh?
I'm sorry, but yeah, all I
No,
need
you're
is like
fine.
in that movie, you know how there's like the mythical creatures that are based off of
Oh,
actual
yeah,
lore.
yeah.
It's similar to what they do. Like
Uh-huh.
like kodamas, they're like forest spirits,
Mm-hmm.
and they just try to envision it in their films.
Yeah.
And I like how they do that in a lot of them.
Mhm.
Like same with Howl's Moving Castle, like just
Yeah.
all like the pigmentation, the fake creatures.
I loved
the
every single character in that movie.
Same.
Like I didn't expect because I love Turnip the Scarecrow.
Yes.
Like I just like this fun guy is just helping her out. Like he's just helping Sophie out and he's just being cute.
Mhm.
And what I really like Sophie. I love Howl obviously, but I love Calcifer. And what's the little boy's funny too. He's fun.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember.
Forget his name.
It's not Pendragon, is it? No, Pendragon's the name of her hat
Yeah.
store.
Yep. I forget, but I
I
also
forget,
love, I also love the old lady that
Oh,
put the curse
yeah,
on Sophie,
the
but
Witch of the
then-
Waste.
yeah, but then they that other that other lady took the curse off, so now she's just the old, like
Just an
she's the
old
age that
lady.
she was, and she's just was so
Such
cute.
a handsome fire.
Yeah, such a handsome fire. Like she kept saying it. That's something I noticed about Studio Ghibli too, is that they just have such a like a natural way of communication. Like they'll just throw in a line like that, and even though the scene has moved on, they'll focus on like one person, and then they'll just say something funny, and then it moves on. I just like that kind of stuff.
It also kind of like just relates to the fact that she's an old lady.
Exactly,
And she
and
doesn't
she's
really
just-
care about what's happening around her. And
I know,
she's
and then
just
she just
like,
lit
"Oh."
one up and then just started
Yeah.
smoking and almost killed Calcifer.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. At first, I thought it was because she was playing them still and was like.
I thought
yeah.
thought she was too,
Yeah.
because she took the little like
But no,
tapeworm
she just
out of the
wanted
bag.
to. She just wanted to get high a little bit and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
enjoy her time.
It was
and
really
then,
funny. But yeah, dude,
and then she was
Princess-
like, "It's my fire."
Yeah.
And then she almost kills everyone.
But yeah, back to Princess Mononoke for a
Mhm.
second. It's just there's something about that movie, and like it kind of like what you talked about before with like the pacing of everything.
Yeah. Oh.
And I just first off, again, I'm bad with remembering names, but the main character, the guy with the curse.
Ashitaka. It's
Yes, it's
Ashitaka or something like
yeah,
that.
something like that. Yes. How dare he not just go live in the forest with her?
I know.
How dare he?
Like I know.
the entire
Literally, he
movie
said that like he like fell in love with her immediately. Immediately. It's
And-
not even like. Well, here you can continue talking, but I have actually something on that I wanted to mention. But go ahead.
But like, so he saw her and immediately was just like, "Oh
Mhm.
my god, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that she's fine." And
Yeah,
to
I
take care of all
know.
this shit. And then at the end of the movie, while she's had this entire conflict with whether or not she should trust him,
Mhm.
whether or not she should care, whether or not whatever,
Yeah.
the last thing that she says to him is, "I love you."
I know.
And this man said, "I'll visit." Like,
I
what is
know.
that?
I know.
That
I thought that too. I was like, we had this whole entire movie, and now it's almost over 2 hours, and that's how we have the ending. I still
Yeah.
think it's a masterpiece, but
Oh, it's yeah.
because what I really liked about that is like in a lot of movies they'll have that like whatever the very stereotypical trope of like of a guy or a girl seeing a very attractive person, and then like there's like some plot thrown in about how they just don't get along, and that like no I don't love her, I'm doing this because I need to.
Mhm.
Like and then eventually they fall in love. But I just love how he literally was just doing everything in his power because he immediately fell in love with her, even though it wasn't like it wasn't told to us. Like we could 100% tell.
Well, I
that
mean,
he
I
was
mean,
just
he
like,
didn't-
he's just a guy that literally just like
Yeah.
just fell in love with like the person that he saw, and then just is like, I'm gonna do anything in my power to save this person. So I really like that.
I mean, yeah, he didn't like
The dynamic was
explicitly-
great.
He didn't explicitly say it, but like when he saved her from the town,
did he actually ever
after-
say I love you to her?
no, not early on, but like when he saved her from the town, and then which such a badass scene, by the way. He's like walking with her draped
Yeah.
over his shoulder, and he gets shot,
I
and
d-
it goes
dude,
through his chest, and
I
he just
know.
keeps going.
I know. That thing was like that big too.
Yeah.
That would have like that would have like taken out some ribs. And I thought that same thing. I was like, oh.
Damn.
Also, him just bending the samurai sword
Yeah,
with his
that was-
big arm.
It's just he just
and the guy was just like,
what the hell?
yeah,
But
it's so good. But yeah, that scene was
that
great.
that scene when they're like going back to the forest,
Yeah.
and he like faints from the blood loss
Mhm.
and he falls. She goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then when she like gets up to like glance away or whatever, he just goes, "You're so beautiful." I
I know.
was like, "Fuck, this is okay. This
I
is where the
know.
story's going."
I know, it's so fun. I know, it's so funny. Literally was just trying, like, didn't care about like what her motive was with them. Just literally like, don't kill her.
Yeah.
Like, you can shoot me. I'm just like, but yeah, that scene was cool though.
Dude,
That
the
scene
end
was
of the,
super cool.
like I love this movie so much.
It's
and
great.
It is my favorite. I think I'll say it right now.
It's
It is my
great.
favorite one.
it
But
is really good.
the ending made me so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like she had this like, I fucking hate people. I will never trust them.
Yep.
But I love you.
Yeah. Yep.
Like giving him the like, come live with me.
Yeah, I know.
Stay. And he's just like, oh, I'll just live in the ironworks place and I'll visit. Like, are you fucking stupid, man?
Bro's playing with his food.
Like, what are you doing?
dude's Peter Parker.
Such an idiot, man.
It is it is great though. It is a good movie, and
And I'm glad that like at like the end of the movie, it shows with them both getting cured of the curse.
yeah.
Like that they're able to
Which
go
did
back.
they? That was like kind of That was kind of glossed over a little bit, though. It wasn't like a main part of like them getting cured.
Yeah, no.
Was it just like
it was,
when the deer god got like
yeah,
like
I'm pretty sure
when
it
he
was like a
healed the
thank
whole
you.
entire world? He like
Yeah.
healed. Okay, because they really didn't explain it.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait, so is he cured or does he have it? But now he's not gonna die. But I finished the movie being like, yeah, he's cured.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he was just cured.
I think it was probably just one of those things where they're like, no, we don't. This movie's already almost 2.5 hours. Like, we don't need to explain.
Yeah,
it. Like
clearly the curse hasn't killed him yet. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if we
it's just
talk
like,
about it. So
and I love the because I don't think it was in this movie, but they do kind of represent the same thing that I'm about to mention. I think it was, well, basically, I love how, like, when it comes to gardening, one of the main rules is like you need to trim, like you need to really work with your flowers. You really need to start trimming them because it's kind of like if you shave your beard multiple times, it grows back
Thicker,
fuller,
yeah.
thicker, and more beautiful,
Mhm.
which I have never been able to experience, but I believe it to be true. But it's the same thing with gardening. Is like when you work with it, you trim it. It looks, it doesn't look as good right when you do it, but when you give it time, it grows back more beautiful when you give things time. And I really loved how it destroyed the entire like continent, but then it like grew back even more beautiful. Like, I really liked that, especially when I don't think it was this movie. I think it was Howl's Moving Castle, right? When there was like the destroyed homes and then the grass kind of like grew over that, or was that Princess Mononoke? I'm remembering a scene where it was like these
I think it was Princess Mononoke.
Okay.
Because or no, maybe it wasn't. No, I don't. All I know is that at the end of Princess Mononoke, which this was the other thing too, is like, who in their right mind thinks that it's a good idea to kill a god that controls life and death?
Well, see, that was another thing. There was a little bit of overlapping stuff where it was just like, wait, why do they want to kill the god? Like,
I mean,
were they just fixated on the fact that he is also the god of death and not the god of life?
Yeah, they didn't want there to be like an entity that controlled the idea of death. They
like
wanted to.
The deer god
it.
is kind of almost like a symbolic for God himself.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Because like
yeah.
that's why people question like their beliefs with God is like when God
he gives and he taketh away.
Yeah, exactly. Like why did this person die and why did that person live? Well, it's just like, well, that's kind of just God's intention. That's just what God has in store. So I really like that.
The design for the deer god was dope. And also
but very
terrifying.
Like I'd understand why they want to kill it.
Yeah,
if that thing when it initially got shot and they didn't hit his head and he just kind of just like stood there,
he like turned,
like
and
just
then
blood spurts out of his like neck
and his
just
eyes like widened. Like
I love how he kind of died a little bit. He kind of like went down.
Yeah, yeah.
And he started sinking into the water.
He fakes it. He goes, "Gotcha, bitch."
But yeah, I think the only one thing that I'd have, I still think this movie, I gave it a 5. I actually think I gave all the movies a 5. They were just so good. I just think this one's a bit long.
Yeah, I thought this one was definitely a little bit on the longer side, but I enjoyed it.
It is. Oh no, it is very enjoyable. I just think like I was like, oh look, we're getting like closer to the end, like we're getting wrapped up, and there's like, oh, there's 40 minutes left.
Yeah,
but it was still very good.
Yeah.
I just think I started to lose a little bit of like I think they definitely could have shaved off 10 minutes from that last like whole entire deer god taking over, like at least 10 minutes. It wasn't that big of a deal. I just think there was a lot of like exposition with the is she a queen? Not a queen, but like the one that wanted to kill the deer god.
Oh yeah, I think I don't know. Would she have been classified as a queen?
She's a leader of some.
Yeah,
sort.
she was their leader.
She's a leader of some sort.
Yeah, however they classified it.
Actually, something I also noticed, and this is just kind of like going off of.
Oh, but anyway, to finish what you were saying about the whole grass overgrowing.
Oh yeah.
When the deer god came back to life and they gave him back the head, the whole point of why I said, why would they want to kill the god? Because they all. I guess this is also kind of in relation to like God in general, is that people just don't understand sometimes. Because at the end of the movie, the people were like, "Oh, I didn't know that the deer god could create flowers or could create something so beautiful."
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
they were so fixated on the idea of the death that they didn't focus on how he was also kind of just creating everything.
I think a lot of these movies, even Kiki's Delivery Service, they mention God and like God's plan and that kind of stuff. So I think that like I was gonna say insert Drake meme, but one thing I just made a connection between not all of them, but most of them. Princess Mononoke, um, Howl's Moving Castle, and Kiki's Delivery Service is that they all kind of start off in their own like their family or like their like family living situation, and then they move on like from that family to go, do their own journey, but then they never go back or they never say anything to them again. The story kind of ends with them being like Kiki's Delivery Service. Kiki, the movie ends with her saving the, I think his name was
Turbo.
yeah, it was Tobo or something
like that.
And then the movie just ends, and then she never goes back to that family. Princess Mononoke, he leaves his tribe to get the curse taken off of him, and then the movie ends without him going back. And Howl's Moving Castle, we see her like Sophie have like a last kind of conversation with her mom, but then at the end of the movie, she's just kind of living her own life now. So we start off with a weird, not like weird, but just or just normal family situation, and then moves on to like the story. So that's cool, kind of a connection.
Yeah.
But yeah, Princess Mononoke is great. Princess Mononoke is really, really, really good. But we talked about Howl's Moving Castle a little bit.
Yeah, very briefly.
Yeah, so I had mentioned that I just loved all the characters, like Turn Up, the Scarecrow, so funny. And Howl is really cool. Howl is like very relatable and like at the same time just a bit over the top. Just like he just, I don't know, so stuck up, so kind of like narcissistic about his looks, and just like he literally starts.
What's the point of living if you're not beautiful?
And then he literally starts melting into himself. But I love how, well, one, Sophie's turned into this old woman, old version of herself, and the story I love how all of these movies really move forward. They're really like, especially in Howl's Moving Castle, there wasn't like a huge, like drastic beat of the way that the plot turns. Like she gets turned into an old lady. Oops, like her journey wasn't to go and find this evil witch that turned it to try to get it taken away. She just went on with her life. She found Howl's, and then she literally is just like, she never really complained about being like this old woman. She just started to be the cleaning lady for Howl and his castle, and just started making this whole life for her. And then I love how we were also reintroduced to the evil witch. And then just she gets turned back into this old lady, and Sophie is just not a selfish person and just realized that, well, she's not that witch anymore. She's just this old grandma. So like we got to take care of her. So she takes care of her. And there's just no real dramatic nature of the movie, which I really like. Like it's really cool. There's action and there's a war going on, but we're not getting like super dramatic, like Howl's almost dead. Like Howl is about to die. Like we have to bring him back to life. Like there's only Calcifer was the one that they were trying to keep alive the whole time. But Sophie, I love how throughout she kind of just gets increasingly younger. And by the end, she has gray hair, which is really cool. And I liked how Howl knew the whole entire time, because I saw that when he was checking on her when she was sleeping, he could see her as herself. And so he knew like from the very beginning is that was her. But then it was revealed that she had gone back in time to tell him to remember her in the future. And then that's why he picked her up for the first time at the beginning of the movie. It's because he was trying to like I don't know, just trying to
find her again.
Trying to get her, trying to get his girl. But yeah,
and not say I'll visit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least they got each other at the end of the movie. But
I felt so bad for Princess. Not to keep jumping back and forth, but I just felt so bad because she's just like, I fucking hate people.
Yep.
But you know
what?
I
like you.
I'll give you my heart. And he goes,
I'll come visit.
I'll visit.
Once a week. He knows he has a tribe to take care of.
I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah, maybe I wanted to.
Dude, if that were me, I'd be living in the forest,
bro. But yeah, I loved Howl's Moving Castle. It was funny.
I love Calcifer.
I do too.
Well, I like all the characters actually.
Calcifer's really good.
They're all really well written.
Yep.
But Calcifer's just so funny.
He is funny.
He goes, "She's bullying me."
Yep. And like another thing is like I thought Calcifer was gonna become more of like a bad person, like like near the end of the movie or something. Like he was gonna be the big bad because of just like the way kind of Sophie and like they made that deal, and then it was never really like that wasn't like something that we had to keep remembering. Like oh,
Yeah.
they did make that deal. They kind of just like forgot about that, and then just like because they became a family and like that stuff doesn't really matter. Sophie never got the curse taken off her, right?
I don't think so.
I think
Well,
she's just.
I think it was more English. I don't think it was more so her having the curse lifted, but her like because the curse got resolved. Like there was the resolution.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think
yeah.
her resolution was just like, I feel like if anybody were to have gotten changed to a 90-year-old, they would be vindictive and hateful and spiteful.
Yeah.
And
But she wasn't.
she was just accepting.
Yeah,
She was
exactly.
accepting of the whole thing and just decided that, this is my life now. I'm just
Yep.
going to do whatever and maybe it'll get solved. And I think that they showed that really well throughout the movie where, they showed her as the younger self, as the older self. And I think that, at least the way that I saw it when I was watching it, because obviously you don't think about this kind of stuff when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
when I was rewatching it, I was thinking, I kind of like how there are scenes in the movie where she's appearing to like de-age, like go back to her younger self. The more and more she's just becoming accepting and like pursuing her life regardless. And then the moment where she's just like
Yeah.
she's ungrateful about her situation, she immediately is re-visualized as an old lady, and then goes right back to de-aging.
Yep.
So I think it was cool.
I noticed that too because when it was when Howell was showing her like this land that he's kind of kept to himself and that she can have that, and then she's just like, which like by the way I hate when like movies. And I know it's a cartoon, but just like I hate when like any sort of movie inserts like an actress or has a drawing of a character that's conventionally attractive and then like their main thing is like I'm beautiful.
ugly.
It's like how are you gonna prove that to us when like you're not ugly? Like like you're not. And even when she was beautiful, like she wasn't like she was just she was just an old woman. So but she's just like I'm not beautiful, and then she like went straight from her being her young like looking like her young self to being old because now she's just being kind of like deceitful and just kind of like, kind of self-absorbed with that. But honestly, I think that was like the perfect matchup. Someone that doesn't think they're beautiful and someone that thinks they're too beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, the black hair or whatever, the gray hair, not gray hair, but it was kind of like bluish black.
Yeah.
Did Howell a favor. I think it looks a lot better than
so
orange.
much better.
It looks so much better.
I couldn't tell if it was him just like using magic to like correct his hair or whatever. Or like, because when I was rewatching it, I was like, is this some sort of weird like magic spell mood hair dye? Because he came down from the bathroom in this raging fury.
Yeah.
And his hair was blazing orange.
Yeah.
And then when he started to get all like depressed, it turned black.
Yep.
So I didn't know if it was like, because he said that like, oh, you mixed up all my spells.
Yeah.
You ruined this. And he was all mad and his hair was like fiery orange. So like in the back of my mind, I was like, I wonder if that's like a mood ring hair dye.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. That would be funny.
And then his hair stayed black. So I'm like, he's empty just like me.
But I like how, because like movies like this where it's about magic, it's like most of the time when the movie's ever about like magic or wizards or something like that, one of the main plot points would be like there'd be a group of people that freaking hate those people.
Yeah.
So that's like they're trying to destroy it, and then by the end of the movie it's resolved, but they have to learn how to live, their life with the exception of that people just don't like people that have magic. And I think that this movie did a really good job moving in a different direction than just like the stereotypical nature of like these kind of stories, which it was just really good. And it was just so fun. Honestly, probably the funniest one that we watched. I think it was like, in my opinion, I think it was the funniest.
Howl's?
Yeah, that movie is
sure.
hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
even
so
just
good.
even just like the way that some of the characters are written, like Turnip.
Turnip, yeah,
The
just
dude
like the bouncing
dude
scarecrow.
doesn't have a single line,
Nope.
and he was so funny the entire time.
Yeah, literally, his mouth doesn't move at all. He was just sweet. Like
Also, the ending,
Oh yeah, where he was
like
he was
the
a
king.
like the
He
prince
was
or
the
whatever.
king,
Yeah, I
and
know.
like someone cursed him into a scarecrow,
I know.
and he had his true love's kiss.
Yep.
And like that moment was so funny because like
It
the
was.
old lady, the old lady
Oh
was
yeah.
she was just like,
flirting
well,
again.
you had your true love's kiss in your back, but you can see that she's gonna stay with Howl. So what are you gonna do about it? And he's like, I'm gonna go back and end the war.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But that's so funny. I did love that old lady. I didn't like her in her witch. Oh my gosh, she was disgusting.
So disgusting.
She had like 9 necks.
Yeah,
It
dude,
was
the way
disgusting. And
I
the way
loved the way she was like walking up
and,
the
like,
stairs and just progressively melting into herself.
I know, and like sweating, literally
Mhm.
just like pouring sweat. Oh, she is so gross.
Mhm.
And the way she looked in her carriage, with like it was just
Her
her
head
big head
was the size of a
Yeah,
window.
I know, super gross. But then when she became an old lady, she was just like, ah, fire.
Yeah, what a handsome fire.
What a handsome fire. So funny. I love that movie. I mean, I'm so glad that like we did this episode because I feel like eventually one day I would have like watched them on my own, but well,
We got them, boys.
Yeah,
We got them, boys.
I did watch them on my own.
Now I just need to get him to watch anime.
Yeah,
Maybe, okay,
I have so much. I don't think you
leave
understand how much
comments.
stuff I have to watch.
leave comment. Okay, we should do an episode just on Steins Gate.
Oh,
It's 12 episodes long.
oh,
One show.
I can watch
It's
that.
my favorite anime of all time.
I can watch that.
To me, if we're gonna do another peak episode at some point,
Oh yeah,
by far none as peak as a one anime, like a one season anime could possibly be. They did make like a second one, Steins Gate Zero,
oh okay.
which is good, but it's not as good, so we don't have to watch that one. But Steins Gate will forever be my favorite anime. It is
Alright.
so good.
All right. Well, if I'm convinced enough, then we can do that.
Run the
if
numbers
People
up.
want to see that. Yeah.
Leave
if
comments.
people want to see that, I don't think you understand how much stuff I watch.
Oh
It's
no,
so,
trust me, I
like,
know. The
if I
fact that
didn't,
in the
like,
last
I would
episode,
watch more anime.
the fact that no, you wouldn't. We both know that you wouldn't. But the fact that in the last episode you hadn't seen Tucker in like 15 years,
Yeah,
and
no.
without even know it, like you just like off the top of your head was like, yeah, it's an hour and 50 minutes long. Like what the fuck is it? Shut up, shut up.
It's my job. I have to know that kind of stuff. I have to. Anyways, back on topic. But Kiki. So I just finished Kiki's Delivery Service, which I think that's my favorite of the ones that we watched. I don't know. I just liked it so much. I love a story, and it's so different too. Like I mentioned earlier, that it's probably the only one that I could see being made into a live action, which I wouldn't want to see that. But like if there was one, like they really needed to decide which one we're gonna do live action, they would. I feel like this would be the one that they should go with. It's just so good, and I love a story that's just like a kind of about like finding your own way, like doing your own thing. Like I like how nothing was really hard for Kiki. Like they didn't like I said, I like that about these movies is that they don't make it so over dramatic with like yeah, like she lost the toy, but she got it back so easily. She didn't get caught by the parents. She didn't get like, ringed for it for like being like, late or given the wrong thing. Like she was just kind of like she lost the toy, she went and picked it up, she made a friend, she took it back. The dog helped. Like, I mean, the dog was being very helpful. And I was like, is he about to go outside and hand the other, like, because he knew it was a real cat? Like, what the heck? This story is so cute.
Yeah.
But I love a story that's like self-defined, kind of like, obviously she's 13. She's going on her own. She made it like, also it pays to be nice because like she was very helpful about, the pacifier, taking the pacifier to the lady. And then, she gave her this job. She was very like open arms and just very, I don't know. I just
not
think
only
it's
a job,
so,
a place to live.
Exactly. She gave
food.
everything.
Yeah.
Like she was like, oh yeah, by the way, you can get this. You can use the telephone so you don't have to pay bills. All I ask is that you just help around in there. Oh, and I'm throwing in free breakfast for you. It's just like, oh wow. So yeah, so you are a good mom because she was pregnant. So like, man, you're doing you're practicing to be like the best mom ever.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just so cute. So cute. I also love a side character that doesn't say anything throughout the whole movie, which that was probably that lady's husband?
I'm assuming it's her husband.
Yeah. At first I thought maybe son, but then as the story
every time he showed up on screen, I was like, "You gonna say something?"
I know, and he said one thing. Look.
Yeah.
Which I was like, he's not about to say something, and then he's like, look. They call it something different in this movie, but it's
like a blimp.
A blimp. Yeah. But they call it something different in that movie. but I just liked it. I liked it so much. It was just so cute. Also, like kind of like what I was saying with Howl's Moving Castle about how it's a magic ruled world, but like no one is like, no one has like pitchforks and is like trying to take down these people because they're wizards. They have magic. They do bad things. Like blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like this movie is literally about how witches roam the world and they have to find their area and that's it. And
Which
no one hates witches. Like
I do think it's kind of funny, and it did kind of relate to more of a real world scenario. But when she showed up at that city, they all acted as though they had never seen a witch before.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it was like more modern time.
yeah,
Where it was like
which this movie
hustle,
looks like it took place in like the 30s.
probably.
Because
They
did you
all take
notice the
place a while
Ford?
ago. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it was in the garage with the kid and his bike. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah,
I
very
didn't know
cool.
they would do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, continue.
No, I think it's cool how first off, that snooty witch at the beginning that was just like, I'm a fortune teller.
I know.
I know my worth.
Yeah.
I know my talent.
Yeah.
I love how Gigi was like, what the hell is up with that cat?
I know. Gigi was doing that the whole entire
I
movie.
know.
I thought Gigi was a girl for the whole thing, and then she called him a he at the
Yeah.
end, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, and there was Lily.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Well, hey, you never know.
That's
But
true.
I know I love Gigi. Gigi was
Yeah.
so well. That's the thing. I think that was part of Gigi's character is that Gigi just was like basically just like calling people out on their shit without even knowing anything. Like at first he called Lily the condescending cat,
Yep.
and then just they fell in love. It's just like that. I think that was part of Gigi's character of like
Mhm.
kind of assuming too many things about people.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I love a heartfelt movie.
Mhm.
Like drama is my favorite genre, and that's the kind of movies that I'm gonna make, and that's the kind of movies that I do make. But I just love a movie that's just like
Just cute.
just cute, sweet, wholesome. Like there isn't like I loved how it kind of also ended very like abruptly
Abruptly.
too. Like because it's like well no that's just the end of the movie.
They
Like
just like flashed
having
through
her
what
baby.
life was going to be like
Yep.
in the credits. That's
she's having her baby. Kiki got her like discovered flying again, which also she still couldn't hear Gigi. So I don't know what that means because Gigi went on her shoulder and meowed again after saving the kid's life. So I don't
Yeah,
know if that
I
means
don't
that she's not a
know.
witch anymore, but she still has the powers. But also what I was thinking
Huh.
is I thought this movie
or maybe it's that she doesn't need like the guide.
oh
Like they didn't
that's
talk
so
about it
sad, though.
obviously,
Like
but
that's
yeah.
just like losing a friend like that.
yeah, I mean, yeah, one that you can talk to, sure,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, maybe it's
But also Gigi started acting really weird too. Like just like a cat. Like
that's
just
yeah,
like
that's also
taking the
true.
food, leaving, kind of being rude, going to Lily. So it's almost like Lily lost or Gigi lost their power too of like being a sentient cat of like
Maybe that's it too.
maybe like it kind of just became a cat.
Maybe Gigi like gave up the witch
Yeah.
life for love.
I mean
and
the
turned
cat
into
that
a
they saw
regular
at the
cat.
beginning that he called them out
Didn't talk.
didn't talk.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just a cat.
Yeah, maybe it's just that cat had green eyes. That was
Yeah.
it was weird.
Like the
yeah.
but it was just such a cute movie. Like I said, the movie ended with the just also I love that woman too, the owner of the bakery. Just so open.
Mom of the Year award.
Yeah, I know. And you have your tamed husband that doesn't have to say anything. Just- but
She's the breadwinner,
Yeah,
literally
exactly,
in this case.
yeah.
Works in a bakery.
but just like I don't know, just such a cute movie.
very cute.
Like
movie.
they didn't have a subplot of like her almost dying because of like her pregnancy. They just ended it with her, which they easily could have done. Movies do that all the time.
And I like that about. I think that is one of the things that I like most about the Studio Ghibli movies is that there is never a subplot.
No,
like, there's
there
nothing
isn't.
else
There's
that
just,
detracts
there's just
from the main
little
story.
things that just like give characters meaning.
Yeah, that
Like
add
if
to
she
the main
wasn't
story.
pregnant,
yes.
if she wasn't pregnant, then she would have almost looked like a lazy person. No offense, but I think her character would have like looked different.
Mhm.
Like
I also don't think she would have been the same.
no,
I don't think she wouldn't have been so motherly.
But that's
or
the like why
maternal.
we give characters like reason or whatever they're like. We give characters, kind of things to be more of than just like just a person.
Mhm.
Like even the person not like even her husband not talking. That's something that they gave to the character. We're
Mhm.
not going to have this character talk at all, but he's going to be the sweet guy. He made Kiki the sign.
Mhm.
Like it's just like good people doing good things. There really isn't like a bad person in any of these movies, I'd say.
No.
Like except for the witch in Howl's Moving Castle, but even like cuz even when she was like walking up those stairs, you could
Well,
really
I
see
would, I
through
would
her.
also say that whoever, I can't remember her name, but whoever the leader was in Princess Mononoke, like she was arguably a bad
Oh yeah, she was
person
bad, but
in the
but
beginning. Like at the end, she had her
oh
like
yeah,
redemption arc, but
Oh no, for sure. Like they're definitely not like,
I'm
but
gonna shoot a lead ball
but
into
like
this wolf.
kind of like how Mulan had the villain.
Yeah.
Like they were like zero redeeming qualities, like zero, like just like they looked evil, they were an evil person. Like that is the villain of that movie. But in these movies, I'd say the villain was just like the parasite or the
The curse.
demon. Like that's the villain.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
that's true.
but she is, not a great person. But I think that by the end of the movie, like there wasn't a dramatic like this is how the villain's gonna die.
Also, not to we don't have to cycle back to Princess Mononoke, but I just remember this at the beginning of the movie when the girl in the village gave him the jeweled arrowhead or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like blue at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end it was purple? Or am I misremembering? I don't know why.
Wait, who gave him the huh?
When he was leaving the village
Yeah.
to go see
Oh,
if he could
that-
get the
yeah,
curse
yeah.
fixed, she was just like, "Here, take my jeweled." I think it was an
Oh.
arrowhead or something, some sort of like.
I don't remember
spear.
it looking purple.
I just for
Maybe
whatever reason
that's
it-
also a mood.
maybe I don't know, but or maybe I'm just misremembering. But for whatever reason, at the end of the movie, I feel like I remember it being more of like a purplish tint than a blue. I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about that right now. It's a very random topic, but I don't know. I like symbolism and color, and it might also have also just been me misremembering. It might have been blue the whole time.
I also love how Princess Mononoke, when he gave her the necklace, she just like tore it and to retie it around her neck so she didn't have to put it over. I don't know if you noticed that, but that was so funny.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I was like, damn. But yeah, I really did like all these movies. I guess we didn't really talk about The Boy and the Heron that much. In full honesty, I didn't rewatch it. I didn't have enough time, but we have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
For me personally, it didn't have the same like gravitas or however you want to say it as the other ones, mainly
No.
because a lot of these Studio Ghibli movies, I love them so much because of what they also define for me.
Mhm.
Like I watched them all as a kid.
Yeah.
So on top of them being fantastic movies, as you now agree,
Oh yeah.
and
I
but
never even like.
I know you never questioned it,
Yeah,
but now you've
I
experienced
knew they
them.
were great. I just
Yeah.
like for some reason just never had just never watched them.
Yeah.
Like.
But like
just-
the Boy and the Heron was a really good, like a really good experience to like experience a new Studio Ghibli movie again.
yeah.
But at the same time, it did not
sure.
it didn't have the same pull as like all of the ones that I watched as a kid and
No.
like rewatching all of those for obvious reasons.
No, yeah, and
But-
I think like it's really I think it's really cool that Studio Ghibli's still making like movies. I hope they make more because I
Yeah.
feel like they haven't made a lot. I
Yeah,
feel
not
like Boy and the
recently.
Heron has been like I feel like Boy and the Heron.
There was
like,
I mean, well, Ponyo, I think,
Ponyo
which we
was
didn't,
2008.
yeah, which we didn't watch, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was like a 2008, and I think everything else has been like sub 90s,
Yep,
like
it was definitely
mid
a
90s
like
and before.
Yeah. But I mean, I still love Boy and the Heron, and especially Robert Pattinson's because
We watched in the dub when
we
saw
watched
it
the dub.
initially, yeah.
Well, because I mean, they did a lot of marketing for like Robert Pattinson being the Heron, and he is so good.
yeah, you
he
couldn't
is-
even tell that it was
no.
Robert Pattinson. He
It's
does
just
such a
like-
good job.
I think there was a video of him like in the sound booth, doing his lines, and it's just like he gets so into character. It's crazy how good Robert Pattinson is. It's awesome, and Dave Bautista's also in it. And there's a lot of famous people. So I love when they
I
do
like that about Studio Ghibli.
I love when they do
a
that.
lot of the dubs,
and they're
they'll
usually
pull-
good too. Like the dubbed versions are usually good.
I will say though,
I always liked watching it in subbed. Though.
I will. Well, yeah, I always prefer
Yeah.
watching them in sub. I will say though that for Grave of the Fireflies, because I watched it today before we came
Uh-huh.
here, and I woke up like super early after staying up super late.
Yeah,
I knew that I wouldn't have been able to focus on just reading subtitles.
yeah.
So I watched it in dub, and I don't know if the original dub or like the old. I think it's like 99 or like early 2000s when they did a dub of it, but Netflix, when they added it to Netflix, they redid the dub, the
Oh.
2025 Netflix dub. I don't like it.
I
I don't like it. It definitely.
initially started watching it with the dubbed, and I was like, I didn't like
yeah,
it. Because I didn't know that they also had the subbed version, so
Mhm.
that's why I didn't really start watching. I was like, they have to, and then they did.
yeah. If I didn't already see it in sub before, it definitely wouldn't have had the same emotional impact that it did on me when watching it as the dub over the sub. But because I had the context of the original
For
sub,
sure.
then I was fine to rewatch it in the dub. But I don't know if it was just the fact that like the pacing with the voice acting, like I think the actual actors did a good job with
Mhm.
doing their lines, but I feel like, and maybe it's like a translation thing where the mouth of the character is moving at a different cadence speaking Japanese versus English, but
Yeah.
while watching the dub, it was so rushed. Like there were moments where like the sister would say something and then before the sister even finishes the word that she's saying, the brother starts talking and they start like
Oh.
overlapping because like the character is talking.
Yeah.
it 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 detracted from it. So
For sure.
always recommend watching sub.
Yeah, I feel like Studio Ghibli. I feel like it was. I don't think they did it for that one, and then because, like I said, for Howl's Moving Castle, Christian Bale is Howl. So I
Mhm.
think it was around that time when they actually started hiring like big time American actors to do
Yeah.
the dubbed version, which I really like. I really like how they do that.
Well, what I mean is for the Grave of the Fireflies, they
Yeah.
redubbed it in 2025.
Right. Oh, okay.
Like
yeah, yeah,
new
yeah.
voice actors.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was redubbed with different actors.
Yeah, that's got to be rough and hard to do.
Mhm.
Like for a movie that's almost 40 years old, like that's got to be rough to do to try and
Yeah.
like mimic cuz like there's something so like with the Japanese language, there's something so soft
Mhm.
about it. And I think that that's what is missing with like cuz like Christian Bale, sure he has a soft voice, but something about Howell's voice in the subbed version is just so much more like
Gentle.
comforting and just gentle. And I think
Mhm.
that that's just something that the Japanese are able to do
Yeah.
so well with like how they do their voice acting. It's just so
They're
so
able. They
good.
add a lot more personality to their
Exactly,
voice
yeah,
lines.
just so
I've noticed
good.
just from all the anime that I've watched.
A
and
lot
other,
more personality.
Yeah.
Just a lot more. And I don't know why it's so drastic, but it is. It's not even like the one thing about like watching these is like I literally can't do anything else. Like I can't answer a text. I literally had to tell my fiance today. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't text until 1. I have to watch this movie because it's in Japanese.
So I got to the studio early.
Yeah.
And I texted him. I was like, "All right, I'm here, but you locked your office door."
Oh, it's because well, yeah.
He was finishing the movie, so
I
he
think
wasn't checking his phone.
I think I finished it at 12:57. So
Yeah.
I think I finished it right when you got here.
No, I got.
And then I started fiddling with the camera.
Oh, okay. Okay. Regardless, he was dedicated to finishing
Yeah.
that movie and not responding.
Literally,
to
I was
texts.
just like, that's why I don't look good right now because I woke up, I went to the gym, I did my whole entire daily routine, and then I got here, and then I had to eat something, and then I immediately put the movie on, and I was watching it, and then I finished it like right on time. So it
Yeah.
was like,
But yeah, I mean, if you ever want to do this again, I'm so down. I love.
Oh, yeah.
I love
for
Studio-
sure,
I
because like
love
I
Studio
definitely
Ghibli.
want to. I would want to watch more, and maybe next time we can actually rewatch Boy and the Heron,
Mhm.
and like then we can talk
Have a
more
full
about it.
discussion about it. Yeah.
Because I don't think
I mean, I
'cause, like,
remember most of the key
it,
points of it,
but I just don't remember enough. I
Mm.
think I've only seen it once, and it was when it first came out, and I remember really liking it, and I remember it being beautiful, and I remember like the Heron character. But as far as like the main plot, it's kind of like it's a little bit fuzzy.
I do also like, just to briefly touch on the Boy and the Heron, since we didn't talk about it too
Yeah.
much. One of the things I love about Studio Ghibli movies is that the quality improves, but the mood and the feeling stays
Oh yeah,
the same.
yep. It's
The-
basically
like all of their animation.
it looked
they're-
the same.
They look the same.
Well, they're all
just like
hand-drawn.
what? Yes.
Yeah, and that's
like,
the beauty.
I just mean like the style. Like they don't change the style
Oh, yeah.
for the movies. They're all drawn in the same kind of light. Not
Yep.
not literal light, but like the same. Like in well, you didn't rewatch it because we didn't have time, but we were initially going to talk about Spirited Away
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
and we can talk about that in the next episode
Yeah,
when
we
we
can.
decide to do this. But like the witch in Spirited Away, because I know you saw it before.
Yep.
But like the witch in Spirited Away, the way that they drew it was very similar to how they
Mhm.
also drew like Sophie's character as an old lady.
Oh,
it's the same.
That's where she looked familiar.
It's
I
like the
was
same,
she
the
looks
same like
familiar.
vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think they also kind of depicted it in The Boy and the Heron as well.
Mm.
Like one of the characters drawn kind of like that.
Well, I mean, the main character of Spirited Away kind of looks like Ashitaka
Mhm.
from Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Like they kind of just have that same, just like
Mhm.
Well, I also noticed.
And same with the Grave of the Fireflies. Like the
Oh,
brother.
yeah, yeah.
He looks like a lot like the brother.
Yeah.
Because didn't they both take place during like, maybe I'm misremembering, but
Princess Mononoke was
not
in-
Princess Mononoke.
Oh, okay.
No. The Grave of the Fireflies brother looks like the main character in Boy the Heron.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
they both have like military vibes to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Boy and the Heron takes place in the 1800s. I think.
Maybe I don't know
I
actually.
think it is. But we'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
It might not. Like I said, I've only seen it once, and it was when it first came out. But it's so good. These were all great. I mean, they're all good for their own reasons. They were all different, but like you said, Studio Ghibli's kind of all have that like very similar vibe of just like there's.
Damn,
that was a loud noise.
I
don't think you guys heard it, but that was a weird noise.
I think it was like the AC or something
Yeah,
kicking on, but it's never made that noise.
Yeah, no. But yeah, they were all just so good. I mean, they all had their own like none of them were like the same as the last, and none of them are like super similar. They're all just so original and so different. Just like I don't know, just proves that like it doesn't have to be that hard. Just kind of like make don't think too much about your story. Just kind of make it about one thing and maybe add a couple things to just give characters meaning, but then just make sure that the movie continues to stay about. Yeah, I know.
There's a woodpecker in here. You guys can't hear it, but like
that happens at the house too in my room. It happens. Like,
it's weird.
I don't know if it's the AC or something, but it's annoying.
I'm assuming
it does kind of sound like a woodpecker would.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's some sort of like, since the AC turned on, it's probably like water droplets dropping in a pipe. But anyways, you guys don't have to know that.
Yeah, you guys have no idea. We could sound like psychos right now.
He just like randomly cuts into my face going,
yeah. It's that sound. It sounds like water droplets.
Is there a woodpecker in here?
But yeah, I think this will be a shorter episode.
I think we've talked for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I think it's been about an hour. So I think
a little bit longer maybe, but
I think we'll end it there. But let us know. I mean, obviously we don't have to do just Studio Ghibli's. There is a lot more, but let us know about any of the any of those kind of drawn foreign language films that you think that we would like and want to talk about, or it doesn't even matter if we wouldn't like it, we'll still talk about it. Yeah. Most likely we'll like it though. All those movies are freaking great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we'll end it there. We're gonna put a cork in it for now, but we will see you in the next video. See ya.
Bye.